Hey, Daniela here, and welcome to Spa Marketing School. This is a new series brought to you by Addo Aesthetics, where we break down marketing strategies that you can implement in your business right away. We try to do that in 15 minutes or less. And today we are talking about the magical, incredible folder that you give to your patients when you're doing a consultation. Now, you may call it a consultation, you may call it a dermal imaging session, whatever the name is of your consultation. But having the folder is going to make all the difference in the world. Now, what is this folder? This one in particular is an Environ folder. I'm using it because this is what I had in my office. But what we're wanting to do with that patient is really go above and beyond in the education that we are providing them when they come into our practice. So I love to go through the consultation process. We have them come in when they wash their face. They take their images, whether you have a Vizia or some other type of imaging device, right? So you have them take their images. You look at the images up on the screen. Hopefully you print those out, right? Most spas, most practices are just emailing those. And we know how easy that can get lost in email. But if you have a printout of all of what I've got one right here. I'm not going to show the face on it for privacy reasons, but we've got spots and wrinkles and texture and pores and the UV spots and brown spots and red areas and pore fins. And if you see your face with all of these things on it and you have this as a visual reminder of what's your baseline at, it's so incredibly powerful for the patient to be able to compare apples to apples. So what goes inside the folder? Well, first you want to have some sort of bio or information about your spa. So who are you? What are you about? It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can be something that you write up and design on Canva and have it printed out. It'll still look beautifully designed. Put that in there. You want to have the patient's images. You want to have a handwritten recommendation. So that's going to be their treatment plan, their maintenance plan, and their home care plan. Okay, so the treatment plan is going to solve whatever specific thing, whether that's browns or reds, whatever the concern is that the patient has. The maintenance plan is what we do after to make sure that their skin stays healthy, that they're protecting their investment. And their home care is going to be what they're doing at home. And oftentimes we have a patient prep with certain home care products, maybe before a peel and then different, post-procedure products. So we're going to be mapping out what we want their home care to look like. And we want to give that to them written down. Additionally, we want to have their quote written down. And all those like trifolds that the different vendors will send you. If you have a trifold for whatever device that you are recommending, go ahead and put that in there. Have that in there so that they have something that they can look through. But in a digital world where everything is electronic, right? Everything is being, our receipts are being sent to us via email, all of those things. I mean, now even at Whole Foods, you don't even have to get your credit card out. It's just linked to your account, right? So everything is digital. That's what makes having the folder even more important, because it's a constant reminder when that patient gets home and they have the folder there, they're going to remember that experience with you. They've got your branding is there, so they're going to see your branding, and they have something tangible, which their mind connects with in a different way. So think about it like this. If you are a pen and paper kind of person like me, you remember things differently when you write them down versus typing them into your computer. That is totally the case for me. I actually write down all of my notes throughout the week, and then I process my notebook at the end of the week to put it into our digital platforms. It's the same concept with the folder. If a patient is going around and getting 2, 3, 4 different consults to find what is the right practice for them, and all of the practices just send them an email maybe they write them out their treatment plan, but it's just that, then and you hand them a folder, you're already doing something that's different, that's more memorable, that's going to show them that you want to go up above and beyond. Okay. So, how do we get the folders? Well, a great way, something at least worth asking, because if you don't ask, the answer is always no. Reach out to your vendors. Do any of your vendors want to provide you with folders in exchange for having their logo on them? So this, for example, is an Environ folder. So here in the US, Dermaconcepts is the US distributor of Environ skincare. They've got these beautiful folders, and they maybe the answer is no, but if the answer is yes, if they could provide you with these are advertisements for their skincare line. You're going to be recommending their skincare line in your home care, presumably, if they're your account. You can ask any skincare company or any vendor. It doesn't have, I'm just using Environ because that's what's in my hand right now. But ask them. The worst thing that's going to happen is they're going to say no, right? But if you reach out and see, hey, can you give us a folder? Can you support us in that way? The answer might be yes. And that could be a great low cost way to really go above and beyond and do something different, because the name of the game in today's world, my friends, is connection. We need to build deep relationships. Our patients are going to remember us more if we're giving them something tangible that they can remember that experience with us. So test it out, see what the result is. But in all my experience, acting as a patient care coordinator, doing consults in different med spas or plastic surgeons' offices, it was always having the folder was such a game changer. So I hope that it works for you as well.